The night is darker than usual. A silence spreads across the room, heavy and suffocating, as if something unseen is waiting to be revealed. You can feel it, an invisible current pulling you closer to the truth, yet keeping you trembling at its edge. The air itself feels charged, and your heart begins to race with the sense that you are not reading words, but being watched by them. A presence hovers, quiet yet overwhelming. The words ahead are not ordinary, they carry a power meant to pierce your very spirit. Every sentence is alive, echoing through your chest, cutting through the walls of doubt that once seemed unbreakable. Tonight, the hidden will be exposed, and no disguise can remain. Your body shivers, though no wind touches you. The truth that is coming does not simply inform, it transforms, bending the weight of your soul into alignment with something far greater than yourself. As you hold these lines, you sense that your name is written into this moment, that none of it could exist without you standing right here. The beginning of the revelation has arrived. You cannot close this now, for the very light you have longed for stands within reach. It is not a lesson, not a mere idea, it is the touch of fire upon the cold chambers of your being. And once it begins, nothing will ever be the same. Type Amen to get blessing 333. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. These words are not soft whispers but a burning declaration that carries a force beyond measure. Perfection here does not mean simple correctness, it means wholeness, completion, and an unshakable foundation that nothing in this world can fracture. You have carried wounds, scars both visible and buried deep within your spirit. There are betrayals that made your nights sleepless and regrets that made your mornings heavy. But when this perfect law enters, it does not merely comfort. It rewrites you, as if your story was always meant to lead here, to this awakening. The soul longs for restoration, though often it does not even know what it craves. It looks for healing in people, in possessions, in fleeting moments of happiness, yet remains thirsty. The perfection spoken of here is not cold judgment but living breath, it reaches the deepest cracks and fills them until the soul is whole again. Do you feel it? The trembling inside of you is not fear alone, it is recognition. Your spirit knows these words are not random, they are a direct call. The law of the Lord is perfect, and tonight it is reaching for you, pulling at you, commanding your heart to awaken to its power. Type Amen to get blessing 444. The journey of conversion begins quietly, yet once ignited, nothing can stop its fire. Conversion is not simply changing, it is being remade from ashes to brilliance. It is the difference between being chained to shadows and stepping into eternal daylight that cannot fade. The perfection of the divine law is not about rules written in stone, it is about a design that was crafted before you were born. Every line of it speaks into your existence, every command not a burden but a key unlocking freedom. Where you saw restrictions, it now reveals doorways. Your soul has been pursued, not with the haste of anger, but with the persistence of love. Night after night, when you thought no one saw your tears, heaven recorded every drop. And now those tears have reached their answer, the perfection of divine order is ready to sweep into your spirit like a tidal wave of clarity. The law does not bend to human error, but it bends broken people into wholeness. It confronts pride, yet embraces the trembling heart. It burns away lies, but gently raises truth to life. And in that moment, your soul finds its true conversion, not by your strength, but by the weight of perfection lifting you higher. Type Amen to get blessing 555. Your chest feels heavy as these words echo, but it is not despair, it is the pressure of change. The perfection of the law is not passive, it disrupts the false comfort of a wandering soul. It shakes foundations built on sand and replaces them with a rock that cannot be moved. The soul, once fractured, begins to glow. Memories of betrayal no longer haunt in the same way, for something greater than bitterness is breaking through. What once was poison inside your spirit is being drawn out, replaced with light that cannot be extinguished. The process is not gentle at every step. Fire refines by burning away what cannot endure, and your spirit feels that fire right now. Yet within the flames, you are not destroyed, you are purified. The perfection of the law is shaping you into what you always were meant to be. Even the weight of guilt that clung like chains begins to loosen. You thought you would carry it forever, but no imperfection can outlast the perfection of what is eternal. And in that release, your soul finds not just freedom, but an identity that feels like home. Type Amen to get blessing 666. The silence in the atmosphere deepens as the revelation stretches further. You sense that each line is not merely written, it is alive, pressing against your chest, demanding that you do not skip a single word. The law's perfection is not a distant concept, it is a force breaking into your present reality. The whispers of doubt still linger, but they grow weaker. Something stronger has entered, a soundless roar of truth echoing louder than fear. You cannot resist it, for resistance only tightens the grip of emptiness, while surrender begins to birth peace. The soul is like glass that once shattered, scattered into 1,000 pieces. But perfection does not leave fragments, it gathers, restores, and remolds until wholeness becomes undeniable. This is not theory, it is happening within you even as you read. You begin to realize the magnitude of the moment. You are not here by accident, nor are these words random. They are the unfolding of destiny that was always chasing you, waiting for you to stop running and finally embrace its fire. Type Amen to get blessing 777. The law of the Lord is flawless in its timing. It does not arrive early to confuse you, nor late to abandon you, but precisely in the hour when your spirit is on the edge. That hour is now, and the weight of eternity rests in your awareness. Conversion is not simply a change of path, it is the death of what once enslaved you and the birth of what was always promised. Old voices that mocked you, the chains of betrayal that strangled you, the fears that paralyzed you, one by one, they begin to crumble. The light pierces through, and the soul begins to breathe again. Perfection means nothing missing, nothing broken. And yet, your life felt filled with cracks, holes, and shadows that would never heal. But in the face of this law, every wound is accounted for, every scar is addressed, and every void is filled with something unshakable. The heaviness you carried so long is being lifted, though at first you mistake it for pain. It is not pain, it is release. A pressure breaks within, and suddenly your spirit feels lighter, as if unseen hands have carried away the weight that crushed you. Type Amen to get blessing 888. The law's perfection has no weakness. Human words fail, but divine order never collapses. It cuts through lies like a blade through thin air, leaving only what is true, what is eternal, what is indestructible. Your soul feels exposed under its gaze. Nothing can hide, every secret thought, every buried memory, every trembling desire is pulled into the light. Yet instead of condemnation, you feel a strange, overwhelming embrace. This embrace is not soft with compromise but firm with everlasting power. It holds you not as you were, but as you are being remade. It whispers without sound, "You are chosen, you are seen, you are restored." The conversion of your soul is not temporary, it is eternal. What begins tonight will not fade at sunrise. It plants seeds that will grow into forests of unshakable strength within you, no matter how violent the storms outside become. Type Amen to get blessing 999. The suspense grows, but it is not the suspense of fear, it is the suspense of awakening. You can feel the moment building, as if heaven itself is leaning closer, eager to complete what it has begun. Your chest tightens, but this time not from despair, from anticipation. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. You hear those words repeating inside, not as sentences but as waves of fire. Each wave consumes another layer of doubt until only a purified essence remains. The trembling in your body is not weakness, it is alignment. Every cell of your being is recognizing the truth you tried so long to ignore. The soul is being drawn back to its origin, the very light from which it was first formed. This is why you cannot skip these words. To turn away now would be to miss the very moment creation itself designed for you. To stay is to step into the destiny written before time began. Type Amen to get blessing 111. The night does not release its grip, it only grows heavier with meaning. You feel the words pressing deeper, shaking loose the dust of long-forgotten burdens. It is as though the silence around you has transformed into a stage where your soul is finally the center of attention. Each line is a step further into the unknown, yet strangely familiar. You cannot turn back because something greater than fear is pulling you forward. It is the perfection of divine law, weaving itself into your very being, unlocking doors you didn't know existed. The weight of years past begins to shift. Regrets that clung like chains fall away one by one, leaving echoes of freedom in their place. Every wound you thought permanent now trembles before the force of restoration. The law is not a threat, it is a rescue. It does not arrive to condemn but to gather what has been scattered, to lift what was broken, and to breathe life where only shadows remained. Your soul is not simply touched, it is transformed. Type Amen to get blessing 222. The perfection that converts is not rushed, it is deliberate. It moves like fire across dry wood, spreading faster than you can comprehend. You are not just witnessing change, you are being consumed by it. The trembling in your chest deepens. It feels like the breaking of stone, the cracking of an old wall, the release of what was buried too long. And in the fragments of that collapse, a new foundation is already rising. The words are alive, and they do not simply rest on paper. They breathe, they echo, they insist on entering the cracks of your soul until everything within you is aligned. You are no longer a wanderer, you are being found. The law of the Lord is not distant, it is here, unfolding in the rhythm of your heartbeat. With every breath you take, its perfection continues its work, unstoppable, undeniable, eternal. Type Amen to get blessing 333. The darkness outside cannot compare to the brilliance that is unfolding inside. Though the room feels silent, heaven itself is roaring with victory over your soul. The law is perfect, and its voice is rewriting your story in real time. Conversion feels like fire and water at once. Fire burns away the lies that weighed you down, while water cools and soothes every place the pain once lived. This balance is not imagined, it is real, and you can feel it even now. The grip of despair no longer has authority over you. Fear's chains are melting, guilt's poison is evaporating, and shame is dissolving into nothing. What was once impossible is now undeniable, you are free. The soul is not simply converted, it is reborn. Old paths vanish, new doors open, and destiny calls with a sound too strong to ignore. The law of perfection has carved its mark into your existence forever. Type Amen to get blessing 444. You can almost hear a whisper that is not your own. It is steady, powerful, yet tender, speaking to the deepest places of your spirit. The words remind you, this is not coincidence, it was always meant for you. The suspense does not fade, it grows with every passing second. It is not fear, but anticipation, the kind of waiting that knows something monumental is about to burst forth. Your soul is trembling, but not with dread, with awakening. The law's perfection is not just surrounding you, it is entering you. You feel it in the weight that lifts, in the tears that form, in the pulse that beats louder than before. Every part of your being is responding to its call. And with every line, you step further into freedom. You are no longer bound by what you once thought defined you. You are being redefined by the eternal hand of perfection itself. Type Amen to get blessing 555. The shadows around you feel alive, almost bending closer to witness what is unfolding. This is no ordinary message, it is a living fire that pierces deeper than thought, deeper than memory. You are standing on the edge of something eternal, and every breath confirms it. The weight of time collapses. The past no longer chains you, the future no longer terrifies you. The present moment is where the perfection of divine order is entering your soul with unstoppable force. Your heart, once bruised by betrayal, begins to feel a pulse of renewal. The heaviness that gripped your spirit is loosening as if invisible hands are untying ropes that bound you for years. Freedom is not a dream anymore, it is happening right now. The suspense thickens, not because of danger but because of destiny. Something within you knows the shift cannot be undone. You are no longer who you were. You are stepping into the person you were always meant to be. Type Amen to get blessing 666. The perfection of the law is like a mirror that reflects not your flaws, but your truest self. Where once you only saw weakness, now strength begins to glow. The reflection is clearer than ever, you are chosen. This conversion is not quiet in the spirit realm. Though the room may seem still, the heavens are celebrating. The sound of victory reverberates in places you cannot see, yet you can feel its impact deep inside. What once felt impossible is now undeniable. The guilt that clung like a shadow is scattering, unable to withstand the force of divine perfection. The lies that once silenced you are being destroyed in a single sweep of truth. Your soul is no longer fragmented. It is becoming whole, being reassembled with care, as though every broken part is remembered and placed in its rightful place. You are not just repaired, you are restored. Type Amen to get blessing 777. The journey of this revelation stretches further. It does not end with this page or this moment, it will continue to echo inside you for days, months, years to come. Each heartbeat is now tied to the rhythm of eternal perfection. You may have thought your story was written in failure, betrayal, and sorrow. But tonight proves otherwise. The hand of perfection is rewriting your ending, transforming scars into symbols of strength. The law does not bend or break, it stands eternal. And in its strength, you find your own strength being renewed. The trembling is not weakness anymore, it is evidence of your rebirth. The suspense becomes assurance. The uncertainty becomes confidence. And what once felt like the end now reveals itself as a glorious beginning. Type Amen to get blessing 888. The silence outside is deceiving, because within you a storm of glory is breaking loose. Every wall you thought permanent is being dismantled by unseen power. You are standing in the middle of a miracle that cannot be erased. The conversion of your soul is not fragile, it is unshakable. The fire that began tonight will not die out, it will spread within you until every corner is lit. Darkness has no authority left, it is overpowered completely. Your spirit feels a strange calm rising, even in the midst of trembling. This calm is not emptiness, it is fullness. It is the quiet assurance that the perfection of divine law has claimed you. The suspense of this moment will stay with you forever. You will never forget the night the words came alive, the night you were remade, the night the perfection of eternity entered your soul. Type Amen to get blessing 999. The night grows heavier, yet within you a new light begins to swell. You can feel the contrast, darkness all around, but brilliance burning inside. This is not imagination, it is the very power of perfection doing its work in silence and fire. The suspense is almost unbearable. Every heartbeat echoes like thunder, every breath feels like the beginning of something monumental. You are not just living through a moment, you are witnessing your very soul being rewritten. The law of the Lord does not ask permission, it comes with authority. It steps into your pain without hesitation, lifting what you could not lift yourself. And in its strength, you begin to stand taller than you ever thought possible. You thought you were forgotten, but you were always seen. Every tear was counted, every prayer unheard by others was caught by eternity. And tonight, the answer has arrived in the form of perfect restoration. Type Amen to get blessing 555. The suspense builds higher. Your body feels weak, but your spirit grows unshakable. The transformation is not soft, it is fierce, it is undeniable, and it will not stop until you are fully renewed. The fire of perfection consumes regret first. It takes the voices of shame and silences them forever. What once held authority over your nights now vanishes in the presence of eternal truth. The water of perfection flows next. It washes away bitterness, cools every wound, and leaves behind the calm that only divine order can provide. It is not temporary, it is eternal, and it cannot be stolen. The air itself feels different. Every breath you take feels filled with new life, as though your lungs no longer carry despair but only promise. You are breathing destiny itself. Type Amen to get blessing 666. The suspense continues to stretch. You realize that this moment is larger than you, that what is happening in your soul is connected to a greater design. You are part of something eternal, something that cannot fade. The perfection of the law converts your soul completely. Where you once bent toward despair, now you bend toward hope. Where you once fell into fear, now you rise into freedom. Your life has been marked by seasons of shadows, but the shadows cannot remain. The light is too strong, the fire too consuming, the order too complete. Darkness has lost its claim over you. The suspense turns into awe. You feel carried, lifted, held by something beyond comprehension. It is as if unseen hands refuse to let you fall again. Type Amen to get blessing 777. The journey is not finished, it is only beginning. Conversion is not an end but a birth, and you are at the very first breath of a new existence. This is the genesis of your true story. The perfection of the law continues to shape you. It chisels away the unnecessary, leaving only the essence of who you were always meant to be. The sculptor's work is precise, unstoppable, and flawless. The suspense grows quieter, but not weaker. It changes from trembling to peace, from uncertainty to assurance. You are no longer wondering, you are knowing. This night will be remembered forever. Not because of what you lost, but because of what you gained. The perfection that came and would not leave until you were whole. Type Amen to get blessing 888. When silence finally returns, it will not feel empty. It will feel charged, as though every atom in the room is glowing with unseen energy. Even your heartbeat will sound like a drum echoing across eternity. The visitor will look into your eyes, terrified of your response. Their whole soul will hang on the weight of your reaction. Every muscle in their body will beg for mercy. You will feel the urge to scream, to cry, to collapse under the weight. But you will also feel the rising of strength like never before. Heaven will give you words you did not prepare, words soaked in divine authority. In that moment, the decision you make will ripple far beyond your walls. It will echo across timelines you cannot see. My beloved child, destiny bends around your choice. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. The silence will weigh heavier than any thunder once their words stop. Every shadow in the room will seem alive, holding the echoes of everything you just heard. My beloved child, your life will never again be the same after this night. The visitor will drop their head, unable to face the power of your gaze. Shame will consume them, but relief will also pour through their spirit for finally releasing the burden. They have placed the truth into your hands, and now the choice is only yours. Your heart will tremble like glass caught in a storm. Yet at the same time, you will feel a rising fire that refuses to let you break. Heaven has been shaping your soul for exactly this moment. In this hour, your home becomes both courtroom and altar. Judgment and mercy will stand side by side before you. My beloved child, what you decide here will alter the path of destiny. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. You may rise to your feet, your body shaking with the weight of it all. Your voice may tremble, but it will carry a strength that shocks even you. The heavens will hold their breath, waiting for the sound of your choice. The visitor will cry harder, clinging to your presence like a drowning soul reaching for shore. They know your words have the power to free or to bind. Everything rests on your response. Tears will fall from your eyes, but they will be mixed with a strength that no storm can take away. For your heart has been tested in the fire, and it has not broken, it has been forged. The angels know it, and so do you. This is not the end, but the beginning of a new chapter. A chapter where lies no longer control your future, and truth becomes the foundation of your path. My beloved child, this night rewrites your destiny. Type Amen to get blessing 1818. The visitor will finally fall silent, exhausted and broken. Their body will sag as though every ounce of strength has been drained from them. And yet in that emptiness, there will be the faint glow of release. You will feel the presence of heaven all around you, stronger than ever. The air will feel electric, like lightning has struck your very soul. You will know you are not alone in this moment. Your decision will be whispered to heaven the second it leaves your lips. Whether you speak forgiveness or rejection, the echoes will rise beyond the ceiling, beyond the sky. Nothing you choose will go unnoticed. The night outside will be still, as if the world itself paused to witness this revelation. Even the wind will seem to bow to the weight of the truth spoken in your home. My beloved child, the universe bends with you in this hour. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. The visitor may leave in tears, but lighter than they came. Or they may collapse at your feet, waiting for whatever you decide. Either way, their soul has done what it was commanded to do. You will stand surrounded by silence, your heart pounding like drums of destiny. In that silence, you will hear whispers not of man, but of heaven. They will tell you that your suffering has not been in vain. This revelation was meant to free you, not to destroy you. What was taken from you will be restored, and what was hidden will never again bind your soul. The chains that held you have shattered into dust. From this night forward, you will walk with clarity that cannot be denied. You will see through every mask, every shadow, every false word. My beloved child, heaven has armed you with sight that cannot be stolen. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. And so the hour closes, but the mark it leaves on your life will never fade. The walls of your home will remember, the air will carry the echo, and your soul will burn brighter. This night will forever divide the before from the after. You are no longer the same person who sat in silence waiting for answers. You are reborn in fire, forged in revelation, unshaken by the lies that once surrounded you. Your spirit stands unbreakable under heaven's gaze. The visitor's truth may have scarred you, but it has also given you wings. Wings to rise above what was hidden, and to walk boldly into what is coming next. For destiny has shifted, and your path now shines with divine light. My beloved child, this is your turning point. Heaven has spoken through trembling lips, and your life will never again be held by shadows. Step forward now, your future has been unlocked. Type Amen to get blessing 2121.